kind of tables on things like that, in our community. I don't want to open the lot for a second.
Okay.
That's a little skyway with a walkway open to the sky.
You're going to take us up on the green now?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's take the elevator to let's take the stair up to third floor.
Now, did you say you could take us back, or is that
Back to where?
back to Tacoma Village, or?
Yes, I can. It'll limit how much time you can talk to
Right.
Kara.
I-
Hope
this
that's
is-
okay.
It's not fun.
The metro's not far, is it?
No, 10-minute walk.
You don't want to do that, Marty? Or is Sharon? No. Maybe Sharon.
Well, Sharon can't go till 6, but Sharon can give us a tour of her.
John, I want to ask you a question
If I just had Kara's
about
phone number, I'd be happy, because I bet I can call her. I bet she'd be happy to call her.
Sure, no problem.
I just wanted to ask you a question about the little spiral stairway.
Yeah.
Was that done as sort of a value add to increase the value of the property, or was it functional, or?
Wouldn't add value to my property. A number of unit owners have replaced it with more conventional stairways. I think
Okay.
it's the same money.
Okay.
It's very impressive with little kids.
Mm.
It was a.
Oh, wow.
And this is Tom Jennings. This is Tony.
Tom, I'm Tony. Hello, greetings. How are you? Good. Welcome.
Yeah.
You just John's just
Choreography, yeah.
tour. Oh, okay. Come back and you'll be staying right next door tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you got the key?
I do. You want it right now?
Well, if you're going somewhere, that might be,
Yeah.
Might be wise.
might be wise.
And here's one of the problems.
I don't want to hold you up, so.
Here's one of the problems with having a very, very large community and having people who don't
You're going out somewhere tonight?
No, we're around.
decision making.
Okay.
So you can buy or
About
I'll give you an offer.
people leaving too much stuff in
Heidi just texted me before.
including bicycles on the
She's had some delayed
walkways
flights.
that she called fire marshal.
Oh, okay.
Twice.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Who basically
They
said
were leaving them out here?
Yes,
still
yeah,
do.
she told us that.
because
And there is someone taking care of
Right,
them.
right.
Oh,
people
okay.
were going to put our bikes, and so she called the fire marshal. And the
Okay.
fire marshal came and
Regardless,
said,
actually,
"Oh, by the way, the
lots of
regulations say
details
you can
and
have nothing made of
Oh,
wood
okay.
on the walkways."
You're
So she's
good.
organised.
and
so-
luckily
You can't have
Okay.
anything.
anything made of wood.
Well,
They
I'll drop in and see you later.
interpreted it very conservatively, and luckily they haven't come back to enforce it. But
Thank you, John.
you're welcome.
Great.
My pleasure. Your timing was great.
Is that?
Just give you an image of what
Okay.
the walkways look like and how hot they can be. But also, the other option for us was at first floor was actually one of the units near where Kara lives, and we didn't buy it because it was too dark.
Wow.
So, let's just let me.
This is 4-story, right?
4 stories.
Yeah.
So
We're doing 3.
which way's
Where's the main drag over
south?
there? Well, we're on an angled street, so south is there.
Okay, so that's west. That's
Yeah.
north. So you've
Yes.
got
The sun is pretty
south.
much
The sun
west.
sort of shines in.
Sunsets over there, rises over there.
So it is it's pointing in the right direction, pretty much.
More or less, yeah. This is the only upper floor. This is the only upper floor where the balcony goes all the way around, because one of our members who's an architect did not want us to look like a Motel 6. But the problem is that if you're on the second floor or the fourth floor, you got to go inside to the interior hallway to get back out to the other side. I don't know if you noticed, but to get across there, you have to go across the stairwell through 2 very heavy fire doors. And if you're in a wheelchair, forget it. So,
Oh, so this walkway doesn't
that's right.
connect
Just like
that
the one
way.
above. Just look up there. You see that cut right there. The
Oh,
walkway above us also has a cut.
So would you rather build that in?
I would have rather built that in.
yeah, we're planning to build it in.
It's that way, so I think it is worth doing that. But then again, also you're an L shape with a U shape. It's I think a little. It does change the look a little bit, but it's a nice look. But we have a couple of folks in wheelchairs and folks trying to wheel bicycles, and it's just not a good arrangement that way. So we're in the process of putting in automatic doors, which is very expensive. They're gonna have to time it so opening one automatically, then with a delay opens the other one. So.
Automatic, oh, on those hallways.
Always,
yeah.
that stairwell has 2 floors.
Because this didn't connect.
If we can keep on going, I'll show you my unit. I'll show you interior unit. Maybe on the way out, somebody can show you one of the loft units. One benefit of being on the courtyard is people see each other. It's alright.
Yeah.
Right.
Traffic and that
Right.
kind of thing. Hallways, much less so. We often prop our door open just so people know we're there. Or
Right.
say hello. We're next to the elevators to get out of traffic. One of our members is a librarian and helped get this whole area set up.
Okay.
It's like this is
It's really short ceiling, you're right.
yeah.
They must be like 7 feet.
Yeah. 2,400. That's right.
No, that's less than that.
My furniture would fit.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's about.
Yeah, so this is the interior hallway. So that's what I was kind of saying about sub-communities. That
Yeah.
that you can, I know my neighbors in here, a little better. I feel more connected to them than those on the, So if we had a subgroup that was the, 5 households that live on this hallway, to have a little circle to elect someone to be our reps to a 10-member. We'll hear about structure tomorrow.
Excellent.
Because I'll tell you, having a plenary of 15, 20 people that changes each time. Hi, Jim. Jim is an operating organizational consultant who we always want to try to line. I'm giving a tour. We're taking that sociocracy course over at Tacoma Village.
Welcome to Eastern Village.
Thank
Jim
you.
does organizational consultation mostly for the state of Saudi Arabia.
Well, for a company.
A company there. Oh, it's not owned by the company.
Well, it is, but the government is.
Aramco?
No, SABIC.
Oh.
So Aramco brings all the raw petroleum up to the desert floor. Some of it gets turned into gasoline, and the rest gets turned into chemicals. SABIC does that.
Look at that. So it's all connected pretty closely to it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, good to see you.
Oh, crap. Oh, no.
No, they're
Oh, good.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
And someone's talking about all that stuff. Tony, you're saying all that stuff. What do you do with all that stuff? We kind of had that kind of all that stuff kind of thing too. And some of us, like I contributed these 2 pictures which I really loved, and so they put them there to kind of a nod to me. One of our members, actually the person whose unit you're staying in, Barbara Burnham, has a real has a nice eye for art, and so she had a lot of great artwork she donated, and then kind of made some decisions, like so she moved this from there to here, which is fine. It's not great art. It's just geological maps of the Southwest. So my nanny locks the door. I don't usually lock the door. We've all got a little more paranoid with light disappearing. So that corner is the north. So this is, we get some decent evening sun, not so much in the morning. This is one of the largest. This is actually the largest footprint, 1,500 square feet. But for a family of 4, it's still pretty small as American houses go. So technically 3-bedroom, though one of them really is more like a good size for an office. Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not very high up.
Well, if you look back, we're only on the 2nd floor. If you're facing Eastern Avenue, we're on the 3rd floor
Okay.
because of the grade.
Yeah, okay.
So this looks mostly west that way. This is we're angled. The whole building's angled. So north is actually through that wall.
Okay.
So here's an example of an awkward load-bearing column that they had to work around. So it kind of had an impact on how the footprint was all set up. And so then you have these soffits. They call them soffits. What do you think? These are for the ventilation. That's what lowered the height of our
Right.
ceilings.
Yeah, it's about 220.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot. Just under.
So that's
I think
7.
about 20
7.
centimeters there.
I think it's about 7 feet, maybe a
7
little bit
feet.
higher than 7.
Yeah.
Not much.
This is 8, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm sure it's it. I'm
Yeah,
sure it is.
that's 8, and then that's not quite a foot. So
Yeah,
it's
so
a
a little
little
bit
over
less than
7.
Yeah, so
Do you find the windows in here big enough in the winter?
big enough for
Yeah.
what?
Enough light.
For enough light to satisfy you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, this is. I mean, yeah, it's darker than this, but not that much darker. And no, it's been okay. My
Do you
wife's a
have-
little worried, but it's been light enough.
Do you know how far north we are here?
How far north?
Yeah.
What are we? The equivalent of like London. I
Yeah.
don't know if you have any other points of reference. I mean, what are you looking for your point of reference?
Well, we're
40 degrees south, so I'm just looking for.
I would have
what-
guessed 35 degrees north, but I may be wrong about
So
that.
just look up Washington when you get home.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, sure. I thought you might know.
No, that's something I think about.
Well, when I went to history, there was 5440 or fight, and that stuck in my mind.
Wow.
But that's up in Canada.
Speaking of
It's like
which,
5440.
This is a heat pump. When you're beneath your feet, when you're in the courtyard, you're standing on top of like 50 or 60 tubes filled with, I think, water.
Geothermal cooling.
Yeah, it goes all the way down to the earth, and basically the earth is almost is a constant 56 degrees, or 55, whatever it is. And so all the heat pump has got to do is to circulate that. I don't even know if it doesn't have to cool it. All it has to do is circulate that air with a heat exchanger to air condition. And in the winter, it just heats it up slightly from 50 something, whatever, a little bit higher to heat up the units. So it's kind of expensive to maintain and everything, but we have. It's the heat pump is basically like electric, basically, I guess.
And you pay your own bill, right?
That's right. So we
Yeah.
have gas.
Everybody has their own heat pump?
Yes. Well, yeah, it's all integrated. The whole system is integrated. So
But it's metered separately.
yeah. So we have an electricity meter, and my electric bill averages $100 or less a month.
And the gas bill?
Peanuts. It's just for the stove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's great. It's really affordable, and it's really well insulated.
Did y'all, was it a conscious decision to go with gas for the stoves?
Probably it was before I got here.
Okay.
Versus electricity.
Right.
Yeah, I think foodies kind of like gas because it heats up like that.
You can control it better.
Control better. It cools down quickly when you turn it off. Yeah. So, any other questions about interior?
And you said you have 3 bedrooms?
Yeah, one quick quote unquote bedroom here, and then master bedroom with the bath down there, and walk-in closet.
In terms of the architecture,
And second bathroom in the hallway.
in terms of the architecture supporting community, what do you think are really strong points? What do you think are weak points? What do you think you would have changed?
Oh boy, I think that the condo organization, combined with the fact we all have our own kitchens,
Condo organization,
we're
the legal
organized as a
structure.
condo, legal structure as a condo, where I can sell to whoever I want.
Yeah.
I can sell to an antisocial guy who doesn't want to ever leave their unit. I think that's a bit of a challenge. We're now trying to enforce a rental policy because we have so many people who are renting. We have all these renters who, a couple of them are really great and they're interested in the community, the life of the community. And one of them just bought, but others no, and so that really saps the strength and it makes it harder to sell when you have too many renters here. So we combined that counter community influence with the fact that we all have our own full kitchens and our computers and everything, that I think and we're in an urban place where we have lots of other things to do, and we build communities around sports, work, other things. We organize our lives around many other things that compete with organizing around where we live. I think those are all pulling us away from community. I think what I would think about is if you're rural, not so much. If you're more urban, create a really strong identity for yourself that people really feel connected to, not just because they like each other, but because they share something together. And make sure your kitchen works from the get-go so you can cook together.
Is it possible to see your master bedroom? We're really
Yes.
working on the floor plans now.
Sure.
And do you have a waiting list or some sort of process?
wish.
But you don't do that at all.
We have a waiting list, but no one can afford it when they get to the top of the waiting
Okay,
list.
so there's
Yeah,
your walk-in
okay.
closet, and there's
And do
your
those on the
bathroom.
waiting list like come in
Okay, so they do
come
the
in
bathroom
all and
separate.
participate before
And they have the sink in the
before
bathroom.
something comes up to buy?
Not
really.
Yeah, they end up doing so usually, but it's like the last thing that they do. It's not usually, they pretty much have already decided. By that time it happens, and we don't even go through the motions of vetting them first.
Yeah.
But I think we do rely upon the goodwill of the sellers,
Yeah.
because most of them do feel good about the community and they want to leave a legacy of a connected successor.
Yeah. And is it the same with the renters? Do you have a rental waiting list as well, or is that just?
We don't have anything. The
nothing,
owners take care of renting them.
Yeah.
No. I think actually someone was kind of collecting people interested in trying to rent, but I'm not familiar with exactly how that's being done. The renters have kind of varied in terms of how much they want to be involved.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to keep going. By the way, we used to have our own washer dryer. Then we realized how much space was a premium, and so we have a laundry room with leased washer dryers and front-loading washer dryers, and we decided to rely on that. It's right down the hallway.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
So we took on ours.
Is that for everybody?
Is you guys,
Yeah,
your family?
everyone can use
You want
it.
to lock that? No?
I'll be back in.
Is that for the whole, but you're gonna take us, right?
Yes.
Back, okay.
Yeah,
For
I-
roof?
for the first 5 years, I never locked our door, so
Oh, okay.
it's
So
okay.
you're not worried.
You were
So
saying,
is
sir?
that the laundry room just for this small group, or is it
Shared,
the whole community?
the whole community.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 is enough for most times of the day.
Yeah.
And you have 56 families?
56 units, yes,
Okay.
but I'd say probably at least 15, 20 of our units have their own washer dryer.
Okay.
That's it?
Maybe more, I'm not sure.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is the bike lids. This is our still growing in. Make sure if you get a green roof that you get enough of this, enough soil. The soil was too thin. We had to argue with them to put more soil in, but once they
How
did,
you would do?
with the contractor to put in the soil, it was a warranty claim basically.
So this green roof was here when it was built. It was built into the.
No, well,
you
yes,
added it
yes.
later.
Part of our rehab was to put in.
Whoa.
It wasn't in the original.
No.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Part
so,
of what made it.
Oh my God.
so the sedums, they suck up, they take up water and runoff.
It's something we looked at doing ourselves, but the cost of it was just too much.
Oh.
Because you
I
have
must
to,
confess.
the building has the construction of
Yeah, okay. I must confess, when they said green roof, I was picturing trees and shrubs and things like that. So these little sedums was a bit of a letdown.
That's one thing I noticed here, there's not much shade out here.
Right.
Man.